Hello everybody, and welcome to this video called Basics to Programming Using C++. In this video we're going to answer a couple questions. What is programming? What is C++? And what are the basics of C++? And so to start off, we're going to talk about what exactly programming is. And programming is that computers process data under the control of sequences of instructions called computer programs. These programmers guide the computer through ordered actions specified by people called computer programmers, and these computer programmers make the programs that computers use, and these programs that run on a computer are referred to as software. So programming is when computer programmers make a program and they use that program for software on computers. And so to the next question, what is C++? C++ is a powerful computer programming language that is appropriate for technically oriented people with little or no programming experience. I literally had no programming experience going into this, and throughout the class I took here at OBU, that's where I'm a student here at OBU, throughout the class I learned how to use it, and now I am a pro at it. So it's literally, you don't have to have any, you can just honestly, you can Google it and find out how to do it. It's Google's great tool to use to learn how to program it. Now for the third question of what are the basics? The basics are pretty much basic, and to illustrate the basics, I'm going to show you guys a program. I am using Windows Visual Studio 2017, and to make a new project we go to File, New, and then Project, and then you have all these options here, and you click on Visual Studio C++, and then you come over here and you do Windows Console Application, and then you can select where to save it and whatnot. You make the name, and this is just going to be, I'm just going to name it Basics. While we pause. Continue. And it creates it. And so it automatically brings in a whole bunch of extra code that you don't really need. You can just take it and delete all of it. It's got some useful tips like how to work with this and everything, but to write your code you just need to press delete. And so how we're going to start off is we're going to type up here at the top, get rid of that right quick, we're going to type simple C++ program to display hello world. And so that's the goal here. Looks like I missed a portion of commenting out. Go ahead and bump this up a little bit. And now we have what the program's supposed to do. And so what I did here was I typed this out, and then I put these backslashes to comment out the program. This is to tell people that come and look at your program what the purpose is for, but this line of code right here is not run inside the program at all. It's just a way, it's like a title basically. And so then you go and you put include the IO stream. You do that. What that does is it tells the compiler to include the standard IO stream, which contains declarations of the standard input and output library functions. For Windows Studio, you also have to include pch .h, and that is in reference to your header files. Inside the header file, there's more stuff to run your program. In Windows Studio, you have to have that, or your program will not run. And then we're going to add in using namespace std. And what this does is it allows us to not have to add in a little bit extra. I'll further down in the code, I'll show you exactly what it does. Then we're going to comment some more stuff. We're going to put in the main function of the program. This is kind of just to go down and put, and so to do this, we're going to type cout, those little things. I guess they're technically less than symbols, whatever you want to call them. Hello world. And then we're going to put an exclamation point. And then we're going to have a semicolon at the end. So what using namespace std does, I said I was going to talk about this later. Now I'm going to talk about it. So if we took using namespace std out, we would have to put std : for this cout to work. But since we have put in using namespace std, we have told the program we are using stuff from the namespace file, and so this cout, it is in the namespace file, and it's telling the program we are using that, so we don't have to put std in front of it. This is really helpful when you're printing out a whole bunch of things or taking in things, because then you don't have to constantly type std : you can just put cout. So the cout here, this line tells the program to display the message hello world. This line is called a statement in C++. Every statement is meant to perform a task, and every statement has to have a semicolon at the end to indicate the end of a statement. One thing that we do is at the end of every function we put end main to signify where the end of that main is. When you get into further complicated programs, you'll have a whole bunch of brackets, and it really helps out if you comment at the end of the main, or the end of the bracket, what those brackets are doing, and that's just really helpful. And then we're going to have down here return 0 : and what this return 0 is, it's also a statement, and it's used to return a value from a function and indicates the finishing of a function. So when you're printing out stuff and everything, you need to have return 0 at the end to just indicate that the function is wrapping up, and basically it's used in functions to return the results of whatever operations you're performing. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna run it right quick. It's running. And as you see, it says hello world. And that's pretty much the basics of beginning with C++. Thank you all for watching. Also, be sure to like my video and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you.